What's up guys, welcome to a new Patreon Q&A video. If you want all your questions answered while supporting the channel directly, make sure to check out the Patreon linked in the description. But first, shout out to these absolute mad lads who support the channel. Hope you enjoy, subscribe if you're new here. Now, let's get into it. Who is the real main character of Omega now? So, according to character profiles, both Koga and Ryuki are outlined as the protagonists, so theoretically they should be the main characters of Kengan Omega, but with the return of Oma in chapter 50 and him pretty much taking over the story since then, it's kinda up in the air, and I think it will stay more so on Oma's side for the next, half a year of chapters, considering he's going to be fighting the Tiger Nico. He's a key person relating to the worm, so it's going to be more so focused on Oma for a little bit. So I'm guessing all three of them, but I do think it will go back to Ryuki and Koga after this worm stuff. But do take note, Ryuki most likely has a lot of connections to the whole worm arc that's most likely occurring now, so he may be important, but Koga will return as the main character most likely after all this stuff. However, at the recording of this video, I'm just going to say all three of them can be considered the main character. At the start of Kengan Omega, Ryuki went to Mitsuda because Grandpa Gamikaku said to go to him. How do you think they know each other? So this links into a personal theory of mine and many other people in the fandom. We know Kureiryo, the first Fang of Mitsudo, was key to the rise of Mitsuda as chairman, was actually defeated once. My theory is that the person who defeated him was in fact Gamikaku, with this defeat resulting in Kureiryo to learn all the Kure techniques, go through his whole training arc and everything like that. But him defeating Iryo at that point is my opinion on why Gamikaku is aware of Mitsuda and the Kengan matches as a whole. However, it could be just the case that Mitsuda, being so well known in the underworld, has such a wide reach. He could have met Gamikaku at some point in the past, non-related to Iryo's defeat. So this question's a little bit old, but do you think Prime Iryo was actually stronger than Edward Wu? So Edward actually mentions if Iryo was in his prime, he may have had a chance or may have been stronger than him. And then Iryo said, if I was in my prime, or he was way past his prime whenever he met Edward in the past, he would be like Charles played him. And then in the most recent chapter where, supposedly from what I can tell, Ryan has defeated Edward Wu, he says the same line about you would be Charles play to me in my prime, and that Ryan will one day surpass Iryo in his prime. He says one day, which means current Ryan, who has supposedly killed Edward Wu here, isn't as strong as Prime Iryo. If that is the case, Prime Kureiryo could most likely absolutely clap Edward Wu, and is definitely one of the strongest of all time. It does beg this question whether current Kano is stronger than Prime Iryo. The statement from Ashura does say, or so they say, and it was from like a regular person watching the Kengan matches, so it doesn't by any means mean pre-Annihilation Tournament Kano stronger than Prime Iryo. But in Omega, we did have Iryo say that Kano is his successor. So maybe Kano is on that tier, or maybe has surpassed him, because even though Kano is indeed a later Fang, he doesn't say anything about being his successor about any other Fangs, just Kano. So maybe Kano is stronger than Prime Iryo, just as my thoughts on that I wanted to mention as well. But yeah, I do think Prime Iryo is stronger than Edward Wu. My favourite sandwich is probably anything chicken related, I would have to say. Who do you think will be the head of the Kure clan now? We know Kure Carla will be one day the head of the clan, but I don't think she's ready or is going to be the next head. Maybe Kure Hollis, he could be a good choice, maybe a character we haven't seen before, but for some reason I'm thinking Kure Hollis as the head, Ryan no way, Kure Carla in the future, so perhaps Kure Hollis, or maybe that other fat Kure dude, who knows, could be one of those guys. Who should be Koga's next teacher? So I think Oma training Koga could be pretty interesting, but I'm not sure whether or not that would actually happen. Maybe someone like Okubo would work well with Koga, maybe if he wants to learn some judo stuff he trains with Jaime. There is a lot of possibilities of who Koga could train from or who could be his teacher, but his current setup is pretty cool with Seki, Koichi, and Joji, his uncle. Adding any more may be a little bit too much, but who knows, Koga is supposedly going to get on Oma's level within 1 year, so he'll pretty much need everyone to be his teacher at some point if he's going to do that. One Punch Man, any theory on what God is? So I made a whole dedicated video talking about God. I think you commented on this as well, so just unfortunate timing wise before I was able to release this video, or actually make this video. But God, I think, is just some evil creature that is the cause of all the monsters and everything like that, wanting, I guess, to destroy the planet, or to gain his original power back that he may have lost in a crazy battle in the past or something like that. And this question as well, due to the timing of this release, we already saw that happen, so unlucky. Have you watched Tokyo Revengers? If you have, who's your favourite character? I have watched the anime, haven't read anything with the manga, but my favourite character from the anime is most definitely Draken, pretty badass dude. I did enjoy Mikey as well, but definitely Draken as number one. Wasn't too much of a fan of the protagonist though, that's one of the downsides of Tokyo Revengers for me. What's your favourite curse technique so far and favourite domain expansion? I think Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine is my favourite domain expansion so far. This very badass, while being unique compared to many of the other domain expansions in how it works. And my favourite cursed technique is probably the Shadows from Megumi. Just so many possibilities. The stuff he's done recently is pretty sick with it. And I also enjoy his domain expansion, so his curse technique as a whole is probably my favourite in the series so far. But there is quite a few pretty unique and cool curse techniques and domains in the series so far. Hopefully some more get revealed in the Culling Game arc, which is currently occurring. And yeah, that should be everything for today's video. If you don't see any new videos for the remainder of the week, that is because I had my wisdom teeth removed, so yep, heads up about that. I am working on a few Baki videos. Hopefully I'll be able to get one of them recorded before I actually get that done, so you can actually edit that while recovering it and then release that during my little unintentional break, I guess, but we'll have to see. And yeah, as always, shout out to these absolute mad lads who support the channel and requested all these questions. Check out the Patreon linked in the description. And also check out all the other stuff in the description as well. Discord, Twitter, Instagram, everything like that. I hope you enjoyed. Yep, that's it guys. Peace.